PYDLIFE sent me this Dual Tumbler Heat Press right as I was getting ready to head out for my birthday party. But if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I also have all of these. It might be fair or safe to say that I have pretty much all of the tumbler presses they make. I might be wrong, but I do have a lot of them. So I have an opinion about them, and I'm going to share it with you at the end, because I want you to know, if you're wondering, should I get a tumbler press? Should I get a sublimation oven? What are the benefits of this one in comparison to maybe an oven? So stick around to the end for that. Hello everyone, and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. Now, I am going to unbox this, and in addition to taking it out of the box and using it, I'm definitely going to give you my honest opinions about it, whether I like it or not, what I like and what I may not like about it. I'm also going to tell you what I think in terms of should you get this or who this would be good for in comparison to maybe a sublimation oven. So make sure you stick around for that. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's get started. The PYDLIFE Dual Tumbler Heat Press comes in this light blue. And when I looked on Amazon, I did not see the signature mint green color. So from what I could tell, this is the only color it comes in. And it will sublimate 2 tumblers at a time, up to 30 ounces each, or you could do 4 mugs at one time. Okay. The Dual Tumbler Heat Press goes up to 482 degrees Fahrenheit or 250 degrees Celsius. It's not big. It doesn't have a big footprint, in my opinion. It's not heavy. I have not powered it on yet, but I do think it's portable. So if you don't want to keep it, like I would not keep this here in my craft room, I would probably put it in the corner where I have my other tumbler presses, but this is what it looks like from the front. These are the, let's see what they're called, pressure knobs. This is called the pressure handle. So there are 2 pressure handles right here. At the top, there is the dual control panels. So you would turn those on to get the Dual Tumbler Heat Press going. I'm going to do that, but let's look at the machine first. It is 110 volts. So make sure you are aware of that if you are planning to use multiple heat presses at one time. I already had to upgrade my electrical unit in my house because I couldn't have too many things going at one time. All right, so we are going to get this plugged in and powered on, and we'll look at it. Let's start to look at the digital display and how all of this works. So there are 2 power buttons on the front of the Dual Tumbler Heat Press, and there's one for the left and one for the right. And you don't have to use both of them at the same time. If you only wanted to sublimate 1 tumbler at a time, you could do that. Okay, so there's a digital display up here for the left, and then there's a digital display over here for the right. And there are arrows on each side to let you know which side works, which tumbler. So once I power this one on, let's just say I power the left side on first. As you can see, it'll show like whatever the last temperature was that was used. The PV is for present value and the SV is for set value. So if I wanted to change the setting, I would press set. And I can see the set value is right at 357 degrees Fahrenheit. So if I wanted to go lower, I would press the down arrow, and as you can hear it, there's a beep for every time I push the button. Even if I hold the button, it's just going to continue to beep. And so let's just say I wanted the temperature at 337 degrees. I would press set. Now I can press set again to set the time. So right now it's on 61 seconds. If I wanted to go down to 40 seconds, okay, I would press set again and it would automatically start heating up. Now, according to the user manual, it's not good to heat up the tumbler press without having anything inside. So I am going to power it off and just get 2 tumblers or mugs to put inside while I'm showing you the digital display. Okay, so I put a mug and a tumbler over here. Let's continue. So I'm going to power this side back on. It's going to start heating up again. Let's just say I decided I did not want to measure the temperature in Fahrenheit, but I wanted to measure in Celsius instead. So I would once again press the set option and I would go to my desired temperature. Let's say I want to go to, I don't know, 330. And I would press set again. I would select my time and I would keep it on whatever. And then now it's still on Fahrenheit. In order to get to Celsius, I have to hold the set button for 10 seconds. Okay, so now you see I have the option to change it to from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So I can press the down arrow, and then I'd have to hold the button again for an additional long press. I'm not sure if it's 10 seconds, but I'd have to hold it. Okay, so now my temperature is being measured in Celsius. If I wanted to get back to Fahrenheit, I would hold the set option again for 10 seconds. Okay, and I get the option to go back to Fahrenheit. I'm going to hold the set again. Okay, so now I'm back on Fahrenheit. So now let's just say I did want to sublimate both of these at the same time. I would press the power button over here on this side. You see the digital display. I would set my time and my temperature, and they don't have to be an exact match. They don't have to match at all. I could set this one for 4 minutes and this one for 3 minutes. I could set this one for 60 seconds. I could set this one for 30 seconds. It is completely up to you and what you are sublimating, because you will be following the directions from whatever sublimation blanks you're using. Okay. Now, once you see me get started with sublimating the tumbler and the mugs and the frosted glass, you will notice that I did not check the pressure settings before I got started, and I kind of got a little bit frazzled during that part, but that's okay because I'm showing it to you so that does not happen to you. So hindsight is 2020. What I should have done before I got started was I should have, prepared my tumblers, and I should have checked the pressure setting. So in order to get this one prepared, let's pretend like this one is almost ready. I wouldn't even need to have this powered on to check the pressure. So I'm actually going to turn these off. I can close this. And if I can't close it, that means my pressure is not right. So I can see if I can close it. Okay, so I can close it, and I do want this to be as tight as I can get it around the tumbler because I want to have good pressure. So I'm going to check to see if I can tighten this, and hopefully you can see that it is getting tighter. Okay, and I want to make sure my pressure setting is right before I wrap my tumbler and insert it so that it's ready to get started with the sublimation process. Otherwise, my tumbler is just sitting in there and I'm having one side of it already, the ink is already being activated while the top is still trying to see what's going on. Now, before we start with all of the tutorial, let's see what PYDLIFE sent in terms of blanks. As sublimation mugs. These are color changing mugs. Okay, so They look like they're black, and then once you add hot water, it'll reveal the image. So 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Let's see what else. These are frosted. It's a 6-pack of 18-ounce frosted sublimation glass cans. Ooh, pretty. These are pretty. Look at that. Those are very, very, very pretty. Okay. And so there are 6 of those. And then they sent these tumblers. These are, you might hear my dog playing around in the background. 30-ounce. It's a 4-pack of 30-ounce tumblers. Oh, ooh, it's a tall glitter tumbler. Wow. Wow. That is fantastic. Okay. So now we have our tumblers and our mugs. We know what we are pressing. Let's get the tumbler press back up here and get all of these prepared and ready to be pressed. In order to sublimate this 30-ounce glitter tumbler, you will need a wide format printer that is capable of printing up to 11 by 17. You will also need 11 by 17 sublimation paper. Okay, so for this one, these are for my wide format printer people. If you're wondering, what can I do with my printer? Okay. I'm not going to demonstrate how I printed all of my images. I printed from my Epson EcoTank 15,000. I let my image sit on the heat plate. I like to do that every time. Now I'm going to use my clear Cricut ruler and my little finger knife right here. And I'm also going to use my self-healing mat, and I'm going to cut away all of the white away from this image. I'm going to speed this part up, but I did want you to at least see how I cut and printed one of the images. I have decided that I am going to press one of the frosted glass tumblers and the 30-ounce tumbler at the same time. And according to the manual, it says do not heat it up, do not allow the machine to heat up without a tumbler or mug inside in case of burnout. So even though I'm not sublimating the 2 that are in here, I'm just using them to save the space. And I am going to put this design on it, and I'm going to use my handy dandy cup cradle. I use it all the time because to me it's just like having an extra pair of hands. To add any additional tape. All right, so for this side, my temperature should be set on Fahrenheit. So I'm going to tap the set option. I'm going to go up. Now for my glitter tumbler, it said it should be 356 degrees for 50 seconds. So this one is on 145 degrees. It's heating up very, very fast. And this one is already at 356 degrees. So I'm going to take this one out. Let me grab my heat resistant gloves. So I am going to wrap this one in just 2 pieces of butcher paper like this. And I'm going to insert it with the seam up so I can see that. And I probably need to check the pressure. Let's see. So here's my train image, and I definitely don't think I cut this one good enough, but we are going to work with it. Okay, I'm gonna have to loosen it because this one is much bigger. Oh. You have to press the clear button. I did not read that. Okay. So I am going to rotate this one even though I feel like I don't need to. Okay, it beats. So I am going to rotate this. Let me move my table up so you can see it. I'm going to rotate this. I don't feel like it's enough. Okay, clear. Okay, so for this one, I think it's finished because I can see it very, very well. I think that one is finished. Even if I don't rotate it, I think it's good. So I'm going to leave this one right here and let it cool down. And I am going to get the 2 mugs prepared and get them put in the heat press, the tumbler press. Okay, let me get my heat resistant glove, just the one. Just that one. All right, so good to go with my mugs. Now I'm going to press clear. Well, set and clear. So once you press clear, that's when the countdown starts. Now I'm going to wrap this tumbler. Okay, so clear. So now I need to rotate this, but let me get this one going first. So I'm going to tighten this up a lot. Okay, I'm going to press clear to start the countdown on that one. This one, there is no rotating, so it's ready to come out. Well, I did it for 60 seconds, so I don't know if I was, I think I'm supposed to do it for 120. But I honestly think it's done. So I am going to loosen this and get this one out because I think that was 120 seconds. Oh, that's fancy. Okay, let me get my glove. The handle wasn't hot, thank goodness. And take this one out. Clear. We're finished with this side. I can go ahead and close that. This one needs to be rotated. So let me do that. Just going to turn it so the seam is down. I can tell I did not do a good job on that seam at all. I can tell. But it's okay. Clear. So we'll let that finish and go one more round. And then I will reveal all of these at one time and give you my thoughts about this. And we open it up. And we remove it. And let me get this all moved out of the way and be ready to give you my thoughts about this. Okay, let's reveal these and see how I did. Okay, not so bad. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, not so bad. Okay, so there's some, I need to wipe this down with like water or something, but there's the train image. It's very, very nice. You can see the seam right there. I do need to wipe this down with some water so you can see it, but that is how it's sublimated. I think it's very, very nice, extremely nice if I do say so myself. So I would have to get the lid and put that on with the straw. Let's see how this one did. I'm pretty much in love with that one. I'm pretty much in love with that one. Let's see how this one came out. And then I'm going to give you my thoughts about, woo! Oh, I love this. Oh my goodness. I didn't remember how much I love frosted glass tumblers. Look at that. Look how pretty this is. Oh my goodness. So there it is with the lid, and it also comes with a straw. So pretty. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's look at the other one because that one was good. So maybe this one is good. Let's see. Ooh, this is me, coffee and sarcasm. Look at that. Coffee, fueled by coffee and sarcasm. That's me. So you can see that I did not get a good seam right there, but it won't change the flavor of the drink, honey. It will still be delicious. So I still think it's good. I could have done a better job with making sure my paper was lined up better right there. Let me make sure you can see it really good. I did not do a good job right there, okay? But I think the rest of this looks really nice. And if you're concerned about that, you don't have to do a full wrap. You can cut it off and wrap it to where you feel comfortable. All right, let's look at the mugs and see how they turned out. Now, about the mugs being brown. Maybe they're just brown because they're still hot. Ooh wee. Wow. 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 Oh my God. This is nice. And I don't even really like Halloween designs like that, but these are really nice. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So when this mug is completely cooled down, it's going to turn black just like it is on the handle. But when you add hot water or any hot liquid, it'll reveal the image. And that, my friend, is fantastic. I don't even like pumpkins like that, but I really like the way this came out. All right, let's see this one. Let's see this one. Ooh, so I think I did a better job with the mugs than I did with the frosted glass, but look at this. That is also very, very nice. Now, if you are finding this content helpful, make sure you are liking the video and that you are subscribed to this channel so that you will know every time I upload new content, because I don't want you to miss out on any of it, okay? It is absolutely free to subscribe, and I enjoy teaching. I really do enjoy what I do. So if you've been watching my last few videos, you notice that I've been on a whole infusible ink kick, and it's because I just feel like that's the perfect way to get started with sublimation. Now, I used some infusible ink from this box, and I was able to make this beautiful tumbler for myself. Look how pretty that is. I know it's pretty. Look at my name. I love my name. But I decided that I am going to show you how I did it. I'm going to use one of the 30-ounce tumblers, and I'm also going to use one of the frosted glass tumblers, the 18-ounce tumblers. And I'm going to show you how to use infusible ink to place a beautiful design on a tumbler. I managed to find a design in Cricut Design Space that I'm going to use with my 18-ounce frosted tumbler. And for the silver tumbler, I typed the word blessed with the Samantha upright font, and I added some glyphs to it. So for these, for the 18-ounce, I'm going to use black infusible ink. And for the silver glitter tumbler, I'm going to use one of the shades of purple from this box. Okay, so I have my infusible ink on the mat. The top sheet is purple and the bottom sheet is black. I did mirror the images in Cricut Design Space, but the material, the infusible ink, still goes on the mat face up. Okay, so I'm going to get this inserted, and I am going to allow my Cricut to cut out the designs. Remember, with infusible ink, no printer is required. You use the ink and the Cricut cuts it out. Now with infusible ink, you treat it a little bit differently than you do with other types of like vinyl, because you weed it with your hands. And let's get our pressure settings right before we get this powered on. Let's do that. All right, so now I'm going to set the temperature. So for this side, I'm going to press the power button. I'm going to press set. And the temperature that I said was 360 degrees. So I'm going to go up. Okay, so both sides have reached the desired temperature. Remember, these were just placeholders. And I'm just going to remove them, have on my heat resistant gloves, safety first. All right, and I'm going to press this one over here. And I have the image face down. And this one, I'm going to press clear, because once you have the tumbler inside, you press clear and it'll start the countdown. And with this one, have my butcher paper. Going to use 2 sheets. Now I didn't use tape. I'm a little bit worried about this one, but hopefully it'll do well. Right, now let me tighten it up. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. As soon as I got this one in, this one was finished. So they do not work at the same time. So let me loosen this one up and open it, and let's see. Hopefully I got it. I feel like I did. Hopefully I did. Just want to do it one more time just to be on the safe side, because I don't remember tightening it up. Just want to do it one more time for like 20 seconds. Just to be on the safe side. And I might be wrong. Hopefully I don't burn it. I'm gonna press clear again and let it count down for 20 seconds. All right. I can already tell you it's gonna be good. I can feel it. There is a little bit of scorching, so it's kind of a good sign almost. All right, I'm going to power this one off, and I am going to just move this over so you can see my face. Hey! Okay, let's look at this one first and see how it did. I can already see the design behind there. Let me turn it this way so you can see it. Let me get my weeding tool. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look how gorgeous this is. You already know I'm going to say I love it. I love it. I love it. So this one comes with a lid and a straw, and it's still hot, so I'm not going to put the lid on there, but you can see what it looks like. Now these also come with lids. These come with the bamboo lid, and they come with a plastic straw. So just know that. All right. Let's see how I did with this one. Because remember on this one is still very hot. I did not use any tape. Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. This looks so good. Nobody would know this was infusible ink. Nobody would know this was infusible ink. Nobody. Nobody. It's amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. That little star right there. Look at that. That is fantastic. I love it. And I'm not even into ghosts like that. Now, before I give you my thoughts on which one of these is best or who this is best for, let me tell you how I feel about this. I think that you need to know the measurements. Of course, you need to know the measurements ahead of time, but you also need to know the right pressure settings ahead of time. And that was tricky for me because I didn't know that for the tumbler and the mugs. And so I was figuring that part as I went along. Knowing that now, the next time I use this, I will definitely have the pressure settings right before I even get started. So before I even power this on, I would make sure that I know what the correct pressure settings are for each of the tumblers I'm planning to use. I love the color of it. I love how fast it heats up. It heats up super fast, very, very fast. I love the fact that you can do 4 tumblers really, or 4 mugs at a time. You saw that I was able to do a frosted glass and 2 mugs at one time. So I think the ease of that is very good. I think it's best if you know the pressure settings and you can get them started at the same time. That will definitely save you a lot of time. When I looked at the price of this on Amazon, I am an Amazon Prime member, and I noticed that this was a little bit over $400, but I did see a 30% off coupon that could be applied to your order, and that brought it under $400. So that it made it well within reason. There wasn't anything else that I didn't like about it other than not knowing that I needed to press the clear in order to get the countdown started, because that kind of confused me, and that was on me because I didn't read that in the user manual and it was clearly right there. And then I think I needed to also know ahead of time which tumblers should be rotated and which ones didn't need to be rotated, just so I didn't overcook any of them. I do think the standard time for most tumblers is 356 degrees. Even the mugs, everything was 356 degrees. So maybe, you know, like making a note for yourself. So I did do that with my sticky notes once I got going. But I think everything else was good. I don't have any complaints about it other than I felt like I wasn't ready and I was just trying to jump right into it. Now, you might be wondering, who is this good for? Like, why would I get this instead of getting this? Now, I will tell you that I love this sublimation oven. I love it. I love it a lot, and I have the bigger one, but I love this one more. I love this one. I have done a full tutorial on all of the ovens and tumbler presses that I have, and I compared each one of them, and I told you who I thought, you know, each one was best for. But if I had to compare, you know, getting a dual tumbler press to a sublimation oven, the question I would say for you to ask yourself is, are you only going to do tumblers and mugs? Because if that's the case, then yes, you can go with this. You'll be able to do multiple at a time. As a matter of fact, you can do 4 in here, whereas in here you can only do 3. So that's something to think about. Also, if you are only doing tumblers and mugs, you're good to go. There's nothing else to think about. However, if you think in the future you might want to sublimate a dog bowl or a 40-ounce tumbler, so you would have to have an oven. So this is a sublimation dog bowl, and if you wanted to sublimate a bowl, you would need an oven. If you wanted to do a 40-ounce tumbler like this, right, you would also need something bigger because this one only goes up to 30 ounces. So just something for you to take into consideration. If you have a small business, this would be perfectly fine. If you're making mugs and you are making 4 mugs at a time, you will be good to go. Okay, if you were making 2 tumblers at a time, you would be good to go. The only difference between that and this, if you were doing tumblers, you would be able to do 3. And if you were doing tumblers, you would be able to do 2. Okay, so those are things for you to think of. Hopefully you have found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.